Hello friends, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my July TBR, all the books I'm planning to read in July. So in July I'm planning to take part in Steph from Steph Loves Readathon, the final book support group, which is aimed around a finishing series, and that's kind of one of my aims for this year. Is I want to try and finish some of the series I've been in the middle of for a very long time, and I want to start a new series. There are so many series I'm really excited to read, but I want to finish some of the ones I'm in the middle of first so I don't have too many on the go at once. So I'll be doing that, and then I've also just got some other books that I want to read. I'll start with the books I'm planning to read for the final book support group. So I'm going to read The Garden of Empire by J.T. Greathouse. This is book 2 in a series, so it's not the final book, but it's continuing a series. The first book is called The Hand of the Sun King, and I read it I think last year maybe, and I really enjoyed it, and I really want to carry on with the series. And I was sort of intending to carry on with this series ages ago while the first book was still fresh in my mind, and I've lost that moment now. However, at least the second book, I'm assuming the third book does the same, but it has like a recap at the start of the first book, so hopefully that's enough to remind me of what happened in the first book. I sort of have vague recollections, and I just remember really enjoying the writing style and the plot, so I definitely want to carry on with this series. So that one I'll definitely be reading during the final book support group week. A bit optimistically, I'm hoping to just finish off the series by reading The Pattern of the World, the final book in the trilogy. However, I don't know if I'll be able to read all of this in a week with enough time left to read this, so we'll have to see, but that's kind of the aim, you know, read the continuation and then finish it off. That's my aim for the whatever week the final book support group is on. So hopefully these two will be read. Hopefully I'll just pick up the third book, even if I don't manage to fit it in before the readathon. Hopefully I'll just pick it up as my next book anyway and just round out the series, but I know what I can be like with series, and sometimes I just don't. I'm also doing like a themed reading vlog at the moment, and at least 2 of those books are probably going to spill over into July, so I thought I'd mention them. One is The Mountain in the Sea by Ray Naylor. This is about highly intelligent octopus species, and I'm just intrigued. And like I said, I'm reading it for a themed vlog. I'm not going to tell you what the theme is, but the vlog should be out later in July. The other book I don't have yet. I pre-ordered the paperback and it comes out on the 4th of July, so that one I won't have until the 4th of July, obviously. And that one is, I'll put a picture here, it's Chain Gang All Stars. I don't remember what it's about, I didn't have it on me, but I will be reading that one in July, and I will link to it in the description if you want to find out more about what it's about. So apart from that, I only have like 3 other books that I'm hoping to read. Those first 4 I mentioned are the ones I definitely want to read in the month, and then I've just picked out some other options that would be nice to get to. So I would like to get to Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, I think. This is the second book in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. I read the first one, really loved it. Thought it was about time I picked the next one up. This sticker will not come off. It was on there when I bought it. The bookseller, that's the word, was like, are you sure you want this? Like, with that sticker on it? And I was like, oh yeah, it's fine, I'll get it off. It won't come off. So I regret that, and I'm probably going to have to replace this copy at some point, but I figured I may as well hang on to it and just read it. Maybe I can find it in a charity shop or something, but yeah, kind of wish I'd waited for a copy. I think at the time this was the only copy there, so that's why I bought it, but I kind of wish I'd waited for a copy that didn't have this stock flow sticker on it, but oh well. I also have Best Served Cold by Joe Abercrombie. This is part of the First Law universe, and the First Law universe starts with the First Law trilogy, which is oh my god, what's the first book called? I can't remember what the first book's called. What's the first book called? The Blade Itself. Okay, the first book's The Blade Itself. And then, I can't remember what any of them are called. And then Before They Hanged, and then The Last Argument of Kings. Right, that's the First Law trilogy. That's the first series within the First Law world. After the First Law trilogy, it goes on to 3 standalones. This is the first of those 3 standalones. So that's where I'm up to in the First Law world. And I wanted to just carry on. This is chunky, so this one is a bit ambitious. I don't know if I will get to this one on top of the other 2 fantasy books I already want to read. But it would be nice to carry on with the series. And I think by the title as well, I think this is just a revenge story. And I'm really intrigued. I'm really intrigued to see how it's going to tie into the First Law world. Because so far I've only read the first 3 books in the First Law trilogy. They're all following the same characters, so this will be my first time in this world but with different characters. So I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I've not heard amazing things about this, but I'm intrigued to see what I think of it, and I definitely want to carry on with the First Law world. And then the last book I put on here is Good Omens. I've been wanting to read this for ages. So long. This is on my Our Fantasy Bingo TBR, and I think this is the only book that's on that TBR that I'm managing to squeeze in for July, unless I like go off TBR and read something else from the Our Fantasy Bingo. But I thought I'd better try and squeeze one in, and for this one I want to like read along while I'm listening to the audiobook, so I'm hoping that'll help me get through it quicker. But yeah, I'm very keen to pick this one up. I've had it for a while. I think I've put it on various TBRs and I've just never got around to it. I'm a big fan of the Amazon show, so I've been wanting to read it since that came out, really. And the audiobook I've got is narrated by David Tennant and Michael Sheen, who were in the Amazon show, so that will be great and I'm really looking forward to it. And I think partly I'm a little bit putting it off because what if I don't like it as much as I'm thinking I will? You know that feel. So yeah, finally time to just pick it up though, I think. So those are all the books I'm planning to read in July. Hopefully I get to them all. I would love to get to them all, but we'll have to see. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you think of them. Let me know what you're planning to read in July. But yeah, that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!